Okay. Little Negrita. I have to say it. Little Negrita. Well, I am being treated as a second-class citizen. I'm not a citizen. I am deceased. Okay. This is just water spots. Okay. Hi, 987. Little Negrita. Okay, little Negrita. I need a little Negrita because they are higher orders than the black female adultery. Americaners. Well, if you're a white person in Africa, you could be called an AFRIKANNER, Afrikaner. And if you're a black person in America, you're supposed to be called an African American. But why aren't you called an Amerikaner? An AMERIKANNER, Amerikaner. Well, they don't say that. Well, somebody needs to send a little Negrita here to throw this out so she can die because it's done. I don't really need this one because I have new sauce from today. So, well, you're not supposed to put a plate of food in front of me when I'm little. You did it. Well, let's say you're watching this YouTube video and it's like just you and the video. So if there's multiple viewers and you all don't know each other, you're individually watching. So then you don't hear it the way I have to say it at this point. I am deceased out of talking to you as an I. You're not. The right hand is deceased. My right arm is deceased right here. I can't use it anymore to speak to you as I. I am ascending at this time because I need a little Negrita. I need somebody who will stop moving my leverage around. That you are racist because a black person is racist. A black person who doesn't know how to be a black person in Africa, deceased. And if you're in America, you're in the wrong place if you're black. I'm sorry, but if you're black, you're doing Africa. Black person doing Africa. If you're in America, I don't know what to do because I'm not yourself. It's not due to know you. It's not due to ever see you. I have nothing to say. I have no words. I am speechless the wrong way. I would have nothing to say, because if you are black in Africa, it's not really clear what language you would be speaking. If it was Swahili, that would be the best. But if it is like that you're in Africa and you could speak any language there, like, for example, French, then, well, in America, you're speaking English. Why? Because I don't want to threaten a black person who's close to me that you need to speak English. No, if you're black, I don't think you need to speak English. Okay, so I will report now. I need the little negrita to take this jar of sauce with her and to go die with it someplace, like disappear, die. Not like leave a dead body, die, but like disappear, with the jar, that I don't need this anymore. And you don't have enough leverage for me to say that to somebody in person, and I'm saying it right here on the camera because I don't have my right hand working to cook. If I don't do that, I'm in order. That means I'm killing the front doorway. I have to. Somebody male came up to me in the parking lot this way. This is how he came up to me in the parking lot. I was standing in front of the meters. They're either for the water or for the electricity. Nevada Power, NV Energy, the meters. That's what I was looking at. They're on the side of the building. And I turned around and I saw a car pull in right in front of me. And I was waiting for it to hit the brakes, but why? What are the chances of that? I know, why would that be happening to me? So, he did hit the brakes. He backed up and pulled in again. And then got out of his car. And blackmail adultery said to me, I know who you are. I live in the apartment next door to you. And I can't use that you're a black person who would know who I am. So should I take his testimony? Because it's not myself, he's black. Right? You're black. And you're making a threat that you have some certain mental needs because you're black. Okay, this jar does not go into the boiling water. It goes out. I can throw it out, but nobody will take it out for me. Because your black people speak English. They come up right to me and they say, I know who you are. I live right next door to you. All the black people, no, one of them. Do I have to ask him his name? He didn't say his name. He did not volunteer to give me his name. He did not offer his name. He did not insist on saying his name. And I would not ask him, what's your name? To go along with, what do you mean, where are you? So he has the key to the apartment next door and he won't give it to me. That's all I need to know. You have a key and you're not going to give it to me? I don't need to know that you're using it. You don't hold on to your key because I live next door. He threatened to hit me with a car. You didn't wait till I walked away from the parking space to pull your car in. And then when you got out of your car, you came up to me and said, I live in the apartment next door to you. You're so scary. If I was 10 feet tall, I would sit on you until you die. So do you see how that's racist? Because he's black and he's supposed to speak Swahili in Africa, and I would never see him in my life. He comes right up to me and says, I know who you are. I live in the apartment next door to you. I'm not even black myself. He can just come up to anyone. Does he know who I am? And he knows who I am by that. He knows where I live, and he lives in the apartment next door to me. Who turned off the stove? Well, I have it open now and I'm ready to pour it into the boiling water and the stove is off. Well, who's the racist living next door that made me turn the stove off? You think that there's something wrong with me? Not if I turn the stove off because I can. It's not something wrong with me. That's what's wrong with you. You don't know when it's you. What if I was going to give this food to somebody else? Would you worry? Oh, she needs something because she's going to give that food to somebody else. Oh, yeah, but if I'm going to eat it, you're going to say, oh, there's something wrong with you. You turned the stove off. So there is a blue chair outside of apartment number 2. Somebody from YouTube. Don't identify yourself. Just get into the gate, go get the blue chair, and put it through his glass window and run away. You can even say to yourself that I told you to do it. Yeah, but don't say it to him. He should just find a broken glass window and give up his apartment key and get out. That's a broken window. You don't tell me you know where I am and who I am. I know you. You're you, and I know where you are. You're in apartment number 1. I know you because I'm right next door in apartment number 2. You. Hey, you. Well, I need to set these down, but where? It's a little bit busy. Yeah, there's the fly. Thank you. That's unsanitary. Does anybody know if any restaurant that I ever ate at ever had a fly in the back in the kitchen? Because there's a fly in here from when I was using the front door today. The fly did come in. Maybe more than one, unfortunately. Well, it's on the unsanitary wall. Everybody see. The fly picked something that's unsanitary, and it would be why I would not be here at all. Oh, yes, thank you for being. We already know about that. Yeah. Those utensils are all homeless. Well, I am living in an emergency. I only use what is an emergency to use, and I need new cooking utensils, but I don't have them because they've not been offered. Supermarket food was offered, and I can, ask for whatever else, but I'm not real keen on living here. I don't want to be here. It's unsanitary, and I don't want none of my own time here. I would say no. The sink is in the fly. The fly is in the sink. I would like to kill it, but I don't have a fly sweater, so I can kill it in the sink. Do you know the police are the asked for me to find this apartment and live here? The police. Yes. Well, I have an ask of God above. Do you know who those police are at this time? Because that was in the year 2013. Yup. I don't know who those police are at this time who told me that I had to get out of an apartment I was living in that I liked. And I did end up living here for so far since the year 2013. How many years is that? 12 years. Yeah, I've been homeless. I'm homeless, but I am trying to decease myself on the meters here. And it is too much karma to be here for those police officers who used guns. Yep, they used the guns to move me and get out. You can't use a gun to tell someone to get out. You can't rape somebody and tell them to get out. I'm just going through the threatening about how you won't stand up for yourselves. Nope. Do you think I have a lot of problems? I have the problems. You won't stand up for yourself. Nobody needs that. They aren't really getting the forward of it all. That, I don't have a lot of problems because I am myself. Oh, I have a lot of sexual problems because I'm the Essex and you hate me. I have a lot of homeless problems because I don't own my house around you. And I have a lot of needs, so I have a lot of sexual needs. I have a lot of needs. Yes, a lot of problems. And you are harassment that just don't leave a person like that, do you? Or maybe you do. Which way do you leave? Because you don't know how to leave somebody. You don't know how to leave as God. You don't know how to leave with God inside of you. You leave me standing here alone. And I do know who I am. And I don't like you with who I am here. I don't know why you're here anymore. Why didn't you die of what you are? You don't succeed in really that you would get a death on who and what you are because you think you don't like me. If you don't like me and you don't need me, why don't you just die? Let me live in my own misery at my own expense is that you're not alive anymore. If you want me to be financially independent from my parents, then you are not alive anymore. That's how you don't know who my parents are, and you don't know how much money they have that belong to myself. Yeah. It's not mine if they're them. It's not mine to myself, not if they are themselves to themselves and to all of you, because you don't have a problem, because you wouldn't stand up for anything. You have a penis, and then you think that you're over your penis. You talk over your penis. You talk over your black skin, and you're so fat. You made me fat. I'm the father. I'm not fat. I weigh 120 pounds, and I'm 5 feet 6 inches tall, and right now I just don't hold the form because you don't really hold it. You don't really speak English. Little Negrita. Comments are open. There's a black racist person who sent me a comment, something like this. Hi. Yeah, that's what he said. Hi. Blackmail, adultery. I can never fight him off. But I have to be 10 feet tall and sit on him and kill him. 10 feet tall, not enough. How big? If I was the apartment, I would have to be the ceiling and cave in and crush him. Yeah, that's my plan. But Mom, I'm not an apartment. I pay rent. I'm going to die because I'm not an apartment. I'm going to die because I'm not my house exactly. I'm not exactly my house to myself. What is my house to myself? I'm not. And that's you not having the order of that there would be 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth, and a house. You don't actually put those together. I'm going to die. I just had something in myself. Yep. You move the creation around myself, and you don't have the leverage to do that. And you died out of form, and you don't know that you did because you're still there. That's because the world's still there. You're still in the leverage of that it's alive. And then when you're in Superior Founder in the afterlife, when you see yourself in Superior Founder, you'll know you died out of form. And that should be a surprise to you because you're still holding on to your genitals' money. But you're a terrible disaster. You don't know not to do that. You're really not allowed in myself. Well, how'd you get here? Not me. You're not allowed. I'm here. I'm not making creation. I'm here. That's how you're not allowed in me. But you insulted me everywhere I am. That's funny. It's going to get angry. I was asking myself, have I been angry with this before? Because now I'm so angry and I'm right here and there's nothing I can do about it. It's like a dog that can't get out the door with its all fours on the floor and it can't open the door and let itself out and go out, to be outside to relieve itself. Little Negrita. I am homeless in the threatening. Little Negrita. Well, I have this jar of sauce. Let me bring out another one so you know that I don't really need it. Oh, pesto. What about pesto? I have this jar of sauce I can use, but what about this one? Little Negrita. There isn't one here. I need a little Negrita and I need tropical weather. It's nice weather, all things considered. In Las Vegas right now, it's nice weather, but I need a little Negrita and tropical weather so that she can go out with this and be happy with it until she disappears. Yes, well, she's not here because there's no such thing as a little Negrita. I have to throw this out. But then I can't because I can't afford to throw anything out because you won't come and get it. And you drop it off like you stole it. Yes, it's dropped off like it's been stolen. Well, I need to appreciate everything God gives me, so I'm going to use this tonight. But I wanted to say in honor of a little Negrita, a little black girl is a little Negrita, but she speaks Espanol. That would be in Cuba, not Mexico, right? I know, Cuba, like Cuba. Not Mexico. Mexico, they don't have black people. In Mexico, they have morenos in Mexico. In Cuba, they have black people who speak Espanol, which is not due. Black people are due in Africa. Cuba is not really Africa. It's an island that won't work in the money. My map is deceased. I don't have a lot. You don't have formed. The world's not formed for you. You didn't decease out of your genitals. You waited to die in public, and you're all not... That's not genitals to do that. You don't have genitals if you do that. If you wait to die in public, that's against that you have genitals. It would be like if you were born in a prison and you were trying to get out and say, but I know I need to go out into the public so I can, spend all my prison money on the public. You don't have any money because you have a penis. It's your prison right on yourself, and it's due in a prison where you can get a death on yourself. You can't be around the door locking of cars, houses. Prison has door locking, but that's what's wrong with it. You need that it doesn't have an address. You need the address to cease so you can die out of door locking. You need deceased address. You cannot die in public with that. We're going out of formed pretty soon. I can't be here much longer because I don't have a little Negrita to throw things away for me. I want to say in favor of Mitch, Mitch Hello, the one who sent the food, that he does not afford that black people are so um, um, animated in English, speaking English. No one can afford that, because if Mitch needs a black person to be formed in alive, for himself to be alive, he cannot afford that you speak flowery English. That's his money that he needs. You're actually multiplying black people with black people, and they're not due to be formed that way. If you're black, you're not due to be formed by another black person. Where do babies come from? Do black babies come from a stork? Yeah, well, don't be personally thinking that I'm racist. I am Moshe, and I have been accused of being adopted, and that I was born in a prison, and that I was let out of a prison because I was an innocent baby, and then I went on with my life not knowing how far in the wrong I am. Yes, I was not born in a prison. I have a birthday that was given by my kindergarten class teacher, Mrs. Plesko. She gave me the birthday February 27th, 1977, and it's on my state ID that's still valid today. So that's from the year 1981. So the birthday would have been 1982, I guess. 1982 until 2025, I still use the same birthday, but I know I have 3 birthdays because I am God deceased right here. I died a few ways and a few times to be in the amount of debt that I am here, in deep debt. I have a lot of debt. Well, I'm going to die with my debt, of my debt, and die, for my debt, because I still want the money back, because it is myself to myself. Do you think that you have money? Do you count money? Do you have it? Do you possess it? Do you sell it? Do you distribute it? Do you share it? Do you have to give it out when you don't want to? Have you ever had your money stolen, embezzled, frauded? You're not supposed to have those problems, because I'm not a Cohen. I'm not Joel Cohen. I'm not male altogether. I'm not male. And then I'm not a Cohen, which is the problem with Jesus. And you still have all those money problems because you don't know how to say no to things that they're not yours to yourself. So black people speaking English, they're not supposed to speak English, so they don't have to say no to anything in America. Yeah. If you're black, you don't have to say no to anything in America if you're in Africa and you're black. In Africa, you're not supposed to have an address or any buildings or houses, although it's possible with the airplanes, you don't know what you see. That's what I mean. You can't be around the airplanes in America because it's not really true. I tried to go to Africa once because I found a really inexpensive plane ticket. It was a few $100s, say about $400 to go to Africa from where I was at the time. And I did not go because my mom said no, and I said no as well. I agreed with her. It was no from me. Yeah, but it was a cheap plane ticket. What was I missing? Does anyone know how to go to Africa for $400 and why? Was that not for me? I know, but the sign was up in the travel agency. They owe me that they solved that problem. It was a travel agency, yeah. ASETEJ. Acete is how they said it. Buenos Aires, Argentina. Sud-America, South America, South Continent America is how I would say it. Ticket to Africa. It was like a printed out, a printer printout of an airfare. Yeah. Oh well. Little Negrito, you want the glass? That's pretty much all that's left. Are we throwing this out? Because we can put water in here and switch it around. Let's do it. Let's put water in here. Ugh. I'm not counting this as emotion exactly, but I am going to count it a little. Oh, the heat down to 2. Okay. The heat's too high. It's fine now. So I'm going to use a little bottled water to try to get everything out of this glass jar without dropping anything, of course. This is my drinking water. I need the little negrita problem so I don't do this. I'm going to get all the sauce out from the jar, like the sides of it. Well, it's still sticking. Do I need more water? Yeah, okay, but there's some in here. I'll pour it out what I can. Okay. That's the best I can do. The rest is the plumber's water. So I'm saving the plumber water because I would not use that for cooking. It's just for emergency hygiene. And washing the pot. What do you call that? When you wash the pot. Yeah, I'll wash the pot with the plumber's water. Okay, it still needs more sauce in there a little bit. Okay. Okay, this is to drink, so I'll just leave that here. This is Alfredo sauce, and I have red sauce in there right now, so I'll use a little Alfredo. This one's new. Pop that open. I need this spoon to get it out, which is what I'm going to eat with. How much sauce? That's enough. It looks like mayonnaise, but I'm sure it's Alfredo sauce. Should I show? I'll show you that it looks like mayonnaise. It's a little saucier than mayonnaise. Okay, maybe mayonnaise would be thicker than that. Okay. Let me try that for a start. I need this sauce to be hot. Last time I used it too quickly. I didn't heat it up enough. I need a place to set this down. Yeah, well. Okay. More sauce, or is that enough? More sauce? Okay, more sauce. Yeah, it needs more. Okay. I'm just looking at it. It's look and listen here, but I have 2 ways of listening. I listen to the creator of myself, and then I listen through my ears to what I can hear through my ears hearing. And it's not possible to answer you anymore with that you're not myself, I'm not yourself. I can't be engaged in that anymore because my leverage is snapped on that you are not myself to myself and to the creation of myself. And so when I look and listen at things, I approximately don't afford to speak to you anymore. Today, the black male adultery who said, I I live next door to you in apartment number 2. Wow, I would not tell you where I live. Well, it's on YouTube. It's Highlands Apartments. Oops. It's Fremont Gardens Apartments, Las Vegas, Nevada. And I am not hiding from that you might be angry with me, but I'm not looking for trouble. What are you? If you are trouble, go to prison. Don't come around here. And that's what I think of apartment number 2. If you want to tell me who you are, I did not knock on his door and say, who are you in there? So I get the same answer. Hi, I live in apartment number 2. I don't know that. I didn't see you in apartment number 2. I want it out of my mind. I'm trying to pay for it that I don't remember him if I ever see him again. I don't want to remember you. I don't actually want to save the money that you want for me to think about you in apartment number 2. I don't want to think about you anywhere. I don't want to remember what you look like. I don't want to know who you are. I don't want to know where you are. Whoever you are who called me you today and said that you live next door to me in apartment number 2, I don't know that. I don't want to know who you are. I don't want to know where you are. I want to forget. I want to bury this video in 1,000 videos on YouTube, and I don't want to remember it either. Well, I need that kind of leverage to be around you because you don't know not to talk to me when you're black. I'm none higher than me, deceased right here, and you think that you're talking to me because you're going to do that to me for myself, or else you're going to move everything that moves, and you're going to make fists out of your hands, and you're going to strike me. You're going to push me down, and you're going to break my legs, and you're going to run over me with a car, and you're threatening me that you are dangerous. And that's why you don't belong in apartment number 2, and I don't remember you is due to myself. I have to wear my glasses about the food. Otherwise, I can't afford to wear my glasses to see you clearly when you're threatening my physical safety. I wonder why. Who's the God that's making it all up and close and personal in my personal space, that you know who I am and you know exactly how to hurt me? And you announce yourself that you are going to get something out of it. And I want to know who is the God above myself who is bringing that into my personal space, as if I am threatening you with being this big. 5 feet and 3 inches tall, with mutilated genitals on the Godhead. I give up. So if God doesn't take care of this apartment number 2 announcement problem, by a black male adultery I should not be able to recognize because he's black. He has dark skin, he's not recognizable. And what's he doing in apartment number 2 if there's a mirror in there? He's not supposed to have to look at himself and say, I know what I look like, and then go tell somebody else, I know what I look like. I'm going to tell you what my name is and tell you where I am. You're not black that way. You're not black that way. That's not what a black person should be or would be. That's not what you are. If he's shunning, I can't afford it. No. Is Mike Tyson shunning when he's fighting? Does Mike Tyson shun? Does he fight people and break people with boxing and he shuns? I can't afford a black guy shunning next door in apartment number 2. Get out! Absolutely get out! Go shun someplace in Africa! I'm not like you. I wouldn't just put my hand on a hot stove. Coming up to me, telling me who you are, telling me where you are. So you don't want me to shout, huh? You want to leave comments about how I shouldn't shout because I don't know what kind of problem I am to you, to myself. To you, to myself, to you, to myself. You don't know how to be so bold and tell somebody who's giving a problem to me to say to them that it's your problem to you. Do you know how to start a problem for yourself? Empty out Fremont Gardens apartments so I can finally die in peace. I'm not going